But all of us are co-hosts. We got a lot of stuff to do.
All right, fellas, we are live.
Ooh, good. Oh, he had a nice clean pipe over through that ball. Wow.
Eagles lose. how you
Well,
start off today?
Well, I mean, this is pretty much. I think this is pretty much what we kind of thought last week it was going to look like. I think most of us in here kind of became indifferent to this team after last week. You know the sad part about this game, though. The sad part is what I saw in Cleveland is actually what I was hoping for from the Eagles this season. Like how Cleveland is scrapping and hoping to just string it along and just to get to the playoff. Like they doing enough. They got the run and the defense playing good enough to win some games. This is what I was hoping for the Eagles this year. The Eagles are a train wreck. They're a train wreck. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Who do y'all put the blame on?
They're a train wreck on every side of the ball. I mean,
they are.
You would think, all right, just think about the first when Miles Sanders fumbled. I think they ran the ball 4 or 5 times in a row. What we wanted. Wentz threw the ball, one time on that drive? And guess what? He fumbles inside the 10. So once that happened, I just said we a bad football team. It's one of them things where either remember when we went to the Super Bowl? I know that's hard to remember because a couple years back. Everything, if you notice, everything was going right. The football bounced right. Played football loose. We jumped on everything's going right. This time, when you a bad team, it just seems like everything bounces wrong. The ball it just always bounces to the bad side.
Do we even have talent on this team? Do we have talent on? Do we have any playmakers on this team at all?
Hold on, let me ask y'all. Hold on, let me ask Tim something. Is Fulgham the player you thought he was a couple of games ago?
76ers traded Zaire Smith, Tony Bradley.
No, I'm serious. Because remember, we was screaming we got a number one.
Zaire Smith just got traded. He went to the Detroit Pistons.
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. What you gonna do is you gonna answer that question.
Out. Remember, I said I need to see more of him. I need to see more of him. Remember, we had this argument. Is he still the number one?
This is all. Listen, that was my whole point. That was my whole point. What I was saying earlier when Tim was getting all hype, and I still think the bull got a lot of potential. But that actually was my whole argument. I was pressured into putting the anointing on him like 5 weeks into the season or 5-week games that he played. Y'all pressured me into putting the anointing on this dude, and I kept saying I'm not ready to do it. That's why. However, this loss is still at Wentz feet. It's on Wentz.
Hold on. Wentz. It is. Why is Alshon Jeffries in the game?
Listen, because they paying him. They paying him
trash.
So let me ask you this, Ephraim. Why do you put it at Wentz feet?
Because that pick six, that pass he threw, he was indecisive with the pass.
You talking about the pass he threw when he got hit? And
yes, he but he held it first. He could have released it already. Now, regardless of, I know they say, he kind of got baited a little bit or thought he might have been getting baited. Either way, what you talked about before, Wayne, when you said, if you're supposed to be this $100 million man, top-notch quarterback, I need you to thread the needle on them plays. Yeah. So even if you think the corner or the safety might be trying to bait you, you still had a window to throw to. So
I agree with you, but you know what, and I've come to this realization today, and it kind of lends to what y'all was arguing. Like, it's funny how we kind of flip flop on our views on it. But remember how I kept saying, trust these boys, put it up there, see what they got. I saw him trusting them, putting it up there. They couldn't catch crap. Nothing.
No, I agree. No,
nothing. I seen Daniel Jones throw the ball up, and these balls coming. Everybody making these catches on the ground. I see our players. Even in the interception, the one that didn't get called, that got reversed, he didn't fight for it. They ripped the ball from him, from Fulgham. Like these dudes, like
Tim,
Eagles are soft. The team is soft. The offensive line is soft. The defensive line is soft.
No, I do agree it's a collective effort of collapse. But the reason why I put it on Wentz is because, for one, that play in particular, but also, I mean, even the safety, like it's some plays to me that it appears that he just not getting he's not understanding, okay, my team is bad. At a certain point, you do got to realize, okay, my team is bad. So with that being the case, you as the leader, as supposedly the $100 million man, you gotta rise your level of play or even your level of of cerebralness from the quarterback position now to start making these quick decisions, getting the ball out your hands, audible into the right play, if that's the case. Because if I'm not mistaken, Ethan talked about this earlier. I talked about this with him on the phone. That play he threw the pick was an audible. Now, whether did he audible out of a run? Did Doug call a run? And he audible thinking, oh, I got something with the pass, and then didn't make the pass because the first place he looked to was the place that he was, I guess, really wanted to go to. Then he just changed his mind, got hit, the fumble, blah, blah, blah. So this is why I'm putting the blame on Wentz. Wentz ain't playing up to top 5 quarterback status, which where I had him at. He's just not.
Not seeing the field.
Let me jump in, Ethan.
Of course.
So now you want to jump in.
Let me jump in.
No, talk about Fulgham first, then you jump in on.
Yeah, how about that?
Fulgham struggled today, but he struggled. Imagine, like, can y'all ask who's the worst quarterback y'all ever played with? When you like, I can't stand playing with this ball. And y'all mind, think of the worst person.
All right, where's Wayne at in your screen?
Look up. Okay. Now that's your quarterback for the last 11 games.
That's not a good argument because the ball in certain cases, even a back shoulder throw. I think Fulgham should have called it. I'm sorry, that's just me.
That was I think that was pass interference a little bit. One of them was pass interference. I don't know what play you was talking about.
You talk about the deep one in the end zone. You think it's pass interference, but the back shoulder on the corner, I think he should have caught. Even Alshon going across the middle, I think Alshon should have caught that.
That back shoulder one should have been a little higher. They would have been able to get to it.
You see something wrong with Alshon because he never jumps on plays.
He tried to get Alshon smoked on that play across the middle.
Alshon quick. But Rieger,
first of all, Alshon jumped like 5 seconds early. Like what even?
I know.
I don't know if it was catchable, but I just know that when he jumped, I'm like, what the heck is? I don't care what anybody has to say. And no, Wentz, I agree. Wentz is not playing like no $100 million quarterback. He's not playing like a top 5 nothing. But these receivers are trash. And I see every other team in the league have people make plays.
But hold on, Wayne. Let me ask you: is it the receivers? Is it the quarterback? Or is it the play designs?
It's the receivers. Because even if they're not getting open, you're talking about the jump pad, the jump ball. Like when they're 1-on-1. Remember we talking about when the Giants was 1-on-1 and they threw it up and they kept taking it from us? Why would our receivers can't do that?
How you feel about as of now?
I thought we got Mark on here. I answer that.
How you feel about Rieger? How y'all feel about Rieger 9 games in so far?
I'll get to that. Mark, speak your piece and then we'll talk about Rieger.
Yo, y'all seen the game? Not really to say, man. Yo, listen.
You know what? I can't even wear this no more.
Yeah, yo, Ethan, I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way. You know what's crazy? When I walked out the crib earlier, right? This old head down the street was like, "Why are you wearing that?" I said, "I got to root for my team."
Yeah,
man, it's hard. Yo, listen, I don't understand week in and week out, right? With the run game. The run game was working. Now, don't get me wrong. I still don't think Carson is in his right mind. I don't know what's the matter with the ball, but the run game was working. We went away from that again. You know what I mean? And then the defense can't make a stop for nothing.
But you know what? You know what though? I can't. But the defense only let them score 10 points.
But so what? You should have.
Let's not act like they didn't march down the field on us. And we did get the stop on 4th down, but
Ephraim, they couldn't even tackle. Did you see the stiff arm he gave that bull? That stiff arm was crazy, man.
But you talking about one of the best backs in football. You could argue that Chubb is the best back in football. So
how many scoring points did they get against our defense?
How many points they scored? They scored 22 and they
scored 9 on defense against us. They scored 9
on defense. So the
safety and the pick 6.
So that gives them what on offense? 13 points. They scored
13 points. 13 points.
So that's what I'm saying. I can't be mad at 13. Like we did do some dumb stuff, but I'm not 13 points. You should be able to win a game if you did. We gave them 9.
We did give them 9.
That safety though, that safety was unacceptable.
The pick and the safety.
How come? What was he thinking about on that play? Did y'all? Somebody was open on that play. I think it was Goddard that was open on that play.
Which play?
The one where he got sacked in the end zone for 2.
That play. They should have never did that play.
I swore Goddard was open on that play.
I think what's the name? I think it was like a running back that was open on that play.
But
he should have dumped it
whoever was open, you don't take that. You don't take that sack back there, man. So long story short, man, we done.
Who's your blame? Who you blaming it? Who you blaming the
Whoever's in the Eagles organization, all of them.
Yeah,
It all
everybody-
trickles down
everybody
to
can do
Howie.
It
It
starts with
all
Howie.
goes to
I was about
Howie.
to say that, Wayne. It
It all
starts
goes
with
to Howie.
Everybody, God. It's
I
not
agree.
one person that can't take this blame off of this game, man.
I agree. That's
Not
true.
one person, man. But I'm gonna say this.
Should have drafted Justin Jefferson.
Yo, listen.
It
I'm gonna
wouldn't
say
matter.
this, man.
So we could add DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson as our receivers.
We got a
Yes.
lot of games about to watch where we're gonna be. It's not gonna be good.
Looking real salty at the
It's
end
not
of the
gonna
game.
be good, man.
So Mark, would you get ready? Would you get Hurts ready to play next week? Are you there yet?
Does it matter? Does it really matter?
Yes.
It matters to me. I want to see him.
Jalen Hurts
I want to
time.
see him.
It matters if you think Wentz is done.
No, I don't.
Because,
go ahead, my fault.
no,
Go ahead.
because what you do is you prepare Hurts for next year. So if you think
Oh,
Wentz
so
is
you
done,
saying?
Oh,
So you saying if they put Hurts in, it's over for Wentz.
Yeah,
yes.
No.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. I think if they put him in, it depending on how he play, it opens up a quarterback battle at the beginning of the
Nah, it's
season.
over. If
Can
they
do
put
a
Hurts in, it's
quarterback
over for
battle.
Wentz.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, the
They
way
did that to McNabb too, though. Don't say that. We bitched the fourth game and brought him back the next week, and he balled out.
the way Wentz look, man,
They
I
did it
don't
to
know.
McNabb.
Can you think he come back from this? Do y'all think it's his mechanics or y'all think it's the weapons he got?
He's trash.
I think he's not seeing the
trash on
field.
door.
Tim,
He's trash.
Tim,
I
be
think he's
quiet.
not processing. I think he's not processing fast enough. If you notice, you see him, he steers stuffs down. Is it me? Did y'all notice that? It said he'll steer, even when he threw the touchdown in the back of the end zone, it took him so long to come back around to the field.
I agree with you, but I think that goes to the point that I was making earlier.
Is he getting coached up?
No, I think he does not trust these receivers.
Oh,
Like remember, like I keep saying, remember before I said throw it to these dudes, give them a chance to make plays. I think he tried throwing it to him and make plays, and he got turnovers.
Can
So
y'all
then he
hear me
got
better
gun
now?
shy and wasn't throwing it, and everybody's saying, "Oh, he ain't do nothing. He just sitting there." So
I hear you.
what is he supposed to do?
Kim,
What's up, Kim?
how you doing?
Kim,
I see the misery. I see the pain in your face, the misery, the agony of an Eagles fan who desperate for answers. What are you going to say about the day?
This feel like what's up?
See how you felt this week is why I didn't do the podcast last week. That's how I felt.
Ain't nobody excusing that. Ain't nobody excusing that. Stop.
I couldn't
Stop
move
trying to
off
excuse.
my couch.
Stop trying to excuse
Yo.
your derelict of duty. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Kim.
He stop moving behind you. Oh, all right.
That's the baby.
Hey, girl.
You feel? I feel like that.
What you feel like? Like you
Feel
just
like
got rolled on?
the kid who got all dressed up.
Oh, what happened?
Kim, you hit the you turned your screen off.
Oh, my bad. Y'all got me.
that's how you feel.
There you go.
Yeah, I feel like that kid that got all dressed up and sitting on the steps waiting for your dad to show up.
Why can't it be waiting for the mom to show up?
I know it's always a dad, right?
And you like that. My dad not gonna let me down this week, but your mom, huh?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like you dressed up, you sitting on the steps waiting for your dad to show up, and your mom don't have the heart to tell you, baby, just give up. This ain't no good.
I feel your pain.
Hey, listen, no lie. If they come back and they win 3 straight games, I'm gonna be right back on board. Like, let's get them. But as
I
of
am.
right
Is it
now,
possible?
prove it.
That's
I don't
happening.
think it's possible. I don't.
Happening.
I still think that they can make the playoffs though, because the rest of the NFC East has a hard schedule.
We
That's
got
true.
the hardest.
I'm still sticking with it's a race to 5. Whoever get the 5 first has the best shot.
I was thinking 6.
I've emotionally detached myself from what I'm seeing, and I'm not bothered no more. I'm at a place of peace. Last week put me at peace because I was so emotionally invested in that one game, because to me, that was a winnable game. That was the game that would have catapulted to the playoffs, and that really was a game that was going to show me what we were built for. Once we lost that game, I said, you know what? We trash. I'm at peace with that. We trash this year. I'm okay with that. I don't see no win streak happening. I don't see us winning the division. I don't even care about it at this point. I honestly, to think about the point that we were saying earlier, I honestly want to see Jalen Hurts get in the game because I'm in the mindset of this. Put Jalen Hurts in the game, right? Because regardless of whether Wentz is starting or not, we're going to be a trash team in position for a top pick. So if we're in position for a top pick, we got to decide whether we need a quarterback or not. Because the boy Wentz, for some reason, is done.
So your best bet is still to keep Carson in there because not for nothing.
Why?
He's still the starting quarterback.
But
and
why,
whatever the future holds depends on what Carson's able to do. He's only been in one playoff game. So you got to still give him that shot. I'm not giving up on Carson unless he get hurt. Because
I'm gonna sound like Tim. How much worse does he have to play for you to give up on him?
You know what? Hey, Kim.
It's not giving up. I just accept him for who he is.
Kim, I'm with you. I'm with you though, Kim. I'm with you though, and this is why I want Hurts to start because I want all these people put in Jalen Hurts. I seen that pass rush. I seen that offensive line get manhandled. Jalen Hurts won't make it through the season. Yes, and y'all trying to get that bull killed because he don't even got the wherewithal to know to don't make certain passes and all that.
But this is the thing: you have to decide if Hurts is your quarterback or you need to get one in the draft.
But I don't think you can decide what your quarterback play is because the rest of the team is trash. You have no line, you have no receivers. How can you tell what you have at quarterback?
I don't know. Because Hurts might get in there and make the right plays and make the right read and ball out.
Or Hurts to get in there and ruin all of our chances at any game. Like I said, the NFC East, everybody has a difficult schedule. It's who gets to 5 wins first.
What has the best shot? I know I'm turning on Carson, but I'm honest. I'm just being a realist at this point. What has he done to show you that he's going to help us to win any games anyway? Nothing. We just lost to New York and to Cleveland back to back, and we scored a total of 15
what
points.
Has Jalen showed you that's worth putting him in?
He shows you he can get away from the pass rush.
He's alive.
No, he doesn't. Everybody knows when Jalen Hurts gets in, it'll be one thing if the schemes that they have set up when you put Jalen Hurts in the game, he hasn't even thrown the ball.
Kim, my thing is I have to see what he has.
This is not the time. This is not the time to see.
Why not? Why not?
Let's go back. Let's hold on.
Because they still have aspirations at the playoffs. No matter how bad it is, they still have aspirations at the playoffs.
No. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's take our Eagles. Let's take our Eagles jerseys off.
They're still leading the division.
No. Hear me out.
That is being real.
Hear me out. No. Being real is this. Regardless of if we make the playoffs or not, we are not a good team. We ain't going nowhere. Y'all want to get what? Okay, we get into the playoffs, we got knocked out the first round. Remember the Sixers when Iguodala kept getting into these playoff games and we go to the first and maybe the second round. We beat the Bulls one time, got second round and lost. We were stuck in a zone of nothingness.
I also remember that team we had with Iguodala, and then we could have beat Boston, but Doug Collins wanted to keep playing Spencer Hawes instead of playing LaVoy Allen, who was playing good against. So my thing is, once you get into the playoffs, you don't know what can happen.
I'm like Elijah Muhammad when he's suspended.
We get to the playoffs.
That's how I feel.
Ephraim, which game that's coming up did you feel comfortable putting Jalen Hurts in?
Seattle.
To next week.
No.
Seattle defense is suspect.
So was the Browns.
Browns defense is pretty good, Wayne.
But either way,
they got Harrison as a safety.
Pretty good. They're not trash.
They got 2 nice corners. They defense is all right.
Their best defensive end wasn't even playing today.
The bottom line is
the dude leading the NFL in sacks
Myles Garrett didn't play.
He wasn't even playing today.
We're not going nowhere.
I do something on
Graham got more sacks than Myles Garrett.
No, he don't.
Who? No, he don't. No, Myles Garrett got 9. He got 9. Brandon got
Myles Garrett and the COVID.
You got 1 today, don't you? Ain't that 8?
Yeah,
he fell on 1.
Bottom line is we not going nowhere. Whether we get in the playoffs or not, y'all got these aspirations of us getting the playoffs and striking some type of goal.
No. Listen, I don't think they're going nowhere. But I'm saying as an organization, you can't do that. I don't want.
Why not?
Because
Why
I don't
not?
want my team. I don't want that tanking mentality for my football team.
You know
Look
what
what
they
they
tanking?
did.
Hold
Look what
on.
they did for the Sixers for like 7 years.
Hold on, Wayne. Hold on, Wayne.
Let me say this. Let me say
Go
this,
ahead.
please. Let me say this, please. Why are we automatically? Carson is playing very, very low quality football.
Worse in the league.
But you know what? You're right, and that's why I hope
Let
Jalen
me
Hurts
finish.
start.
Let me
I
finish.
hope Jalen Hurts start.
Let me finish. Why are we automatically assuming Hurts is going to play so much worse than Wentz? Like
didn't say
Wentz
he
is
gonna play
playing
worse.
bad right now.
That's what I'm
He's
I didn't say
playing
worse,
bad.
but I don't think he's going to play better.
Yo, we got a call on the line. Brian, what's
What's up,
going
B
on?
Hack?
Hey, what's up?
y'all?
He
What's up,
Hank in the
cousin?
building. What's up, bro?
How y'all doing, family?
I'm
All
doing
right,
all right.
good.
Talk to us.
First, it's my first appearance on the show, so I wanted to say what's up to y'all. Y'all been a source of encouragement. You know, a little ray of sunshine on rough days.
I
Oh man, we
that.
appreciate that.
Definitely
To
appreciate
call
it.
in.
That's beautiful.
I just wanted to say that I'm more upset with the coaching staff as well as the front office than I am because I can't put it all on the quarterback.
I agree with that as well.
His struggles are obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a blind man can see it, but it just goes deeper than that. You know, it's
Doug is stubborn.
I'm worried. I'm worried about more like what they're going to do going forward with
Mhm.
everybody in the front office, whether or not they're going to be able to figure this thing out, because Carson is a scapegoat to some degree because you can't look at him without looking at the quarterback. I mean, the coach,
Mhm.
and as well as Swartz, same problem. Like,
Mhm.
how come the defense can't? You know, he's been doing the same thing, and he just let him come back every year. So, you know,
Mhm.
that's just my point.
That's Howie. That's Howie, man. Like, he got to go.
They gotta do something. It gotta change because the guy that was with Howie, that was helping him, even the year we went to the Super Bowl, he used to be in the Ravens front office, big heavy boy.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. I know you're talking about.
He left.
Yeah.
Howie needs help.
He
does.
left
This-
somewhere. Now Howie's in there by himself.
Now, part of it is Howie, and I believe a lot of it is Howie. But then this one comes down to the coaching though. Look at how many players. Remember, we were just talking about Ethan Bull last week. We were talking about
Sidney Jones.
Sidney Jones.
I said.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We talking about him, and then think about.
Back.
Remember the year we won the Super Bowl? Do y'all remember what cornerback actually made a great play in the playoffs that turned the game around? Was it the Minnesota game? Was it Patrick Robinson?
Yes,
And we let him go. And we let him go and brought back Darby and
Robbie
what Darby
Coleman,
do?
I think.
Huh? Cole, what'd you say?
We brought back Robbie Coleman, so I don't think he's been
Yeah,
playing.
but I'm saying we had Patrick Robinson. He went on and was playing decent other places, but then we still were stuck with Jalen Mills, who was getting scorched, and Sidney Jones, and so the front office to me makes so many horrible choices on talent.
Yeah,
it's front office to me.
I agree. I mean, I agree, but I can't disagree with Brian at all. It's levels to this thing. It kind of, to me, it feels like the Sixers organization with Brett Brown, and then as soon as Brett Brown got out the way, you see all the nice moves being made by the new incoming not new incoming GM, but the Bull Morey and Doc. You see basketball knowledge being kicked in the moves. What we see here is a dude at the top who's not a football guy making football decisions. And then some of the dudes who's supposed to be football guys is making suspect decisions as well, which is kind of confusing to me, even with Schwartz. Like, just for sidebar, why did it take Gary to get hurt for Singleton to start when Singleton was clearly better than Gary from the very beginning? The first time we saw Singleton get to the game, everybody on this panel said, yo, he better than Gary. Why was he on the bench? And then, I mean, so
we got to call on the line.
Like, who is doing this though? Like I was saying, this is confusing what we see in organizational wise.
So B, what do you see for the rest of the year, B? What do you see this? What do you see going on?
Anything's possible because our division is so messed up.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just roll with it. But it's obvious that there are going to be changes next year. There's no way you can go through the season.
It might not.
Yeah, but heck, listen, I understand everything possible.
Yo,
but
thanks,
what?
Brian.
Oh, you got.
Thanks,
I'm trying to
call,
figure out
bro.
now, because we all understand whoever wins the NFC East ain't gonna win the first game. Are we all in agreement with that?
Yes.
All depends. But yeah,
Depends on what?
I'm not even supposed to do it.
So hold on. Tampa, These are going to be these might be the teams we play in the first round. Tampa, Arizona, or who else?
Any
Seattle,
given Sunday.
right? And you
true.
think any of these teams in the NFC East is going to win one of these games?
Tom Brady might get COVID that first week. I don't know.
If somebody come down with COVID, that's a problem.
Doesn't matter. It don't matter who come down with COVID.
This season, this season is whatever. I just can't wait for the Sixers.
But we got to put some more emphasis on the boy Schwartz, though, because the boy Schwartz is not a good defensive coordinator.
I think we can't evaluate talent. Listen, Sidney Jones balling, Rasul Douglas balling. Who else?
And their defense with Sidney, they gave Sidney a lot of opportunity though. Sidney,
he was hurt for like 2 years.
That's a scheme, though.
Hold on, but remember, this is why I said keep Sidney. Remember the last couple games. He came in and made plays, and what did I say? I said the cornerback position is all about confidence. I said, dude, you see his confidence build at the end of the year. He's gonna have a nice year coming next year. What they do? They get
E, what's going on, Emil?
I agree with that.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, bro?
Yo.
I hear a lot of people giving blame to Doug. What I think Doug deserves the blame for is leaving Carson Wentz kind of out there to dry. Is no reason why he shouldn't have set this guy for a half or a game or a quarter or something to just let him maybe just observe and get his bearings together, because he looks completely lost out there. I mean, he looks.
Let me ask you this: do you think the play calling was good today by Doug?
I think it was.
Hold on.
I don't think
We
it's
didn't
that
ask you.
3rd and 7. Hold on. That 3rd and 7. What they did, I don't know what him and Miles Sanders was doing. Was a good play call? What were they playing tug of war with the ball?
And that proves my point. I remember I kept saying to y'all, I said, Wentz be calling his own plays.
Nobody asked you, Tim. We asked the
Yeah,
caller.
Bill, we got a caller on the line. We got a
call.
caller on the line.
Nobody asked you, Tim.
Make my point. Y'all did that because I did that to y'all.
So I guess the question he was asking you, email before they was interrupted. What do you think about the play calling? How do you feel about the play calling today?
I don't think Doug's play calling has been subpar this year, especially during the goal line. But the reason why I won't say it was total bad, because it's too many times where you see guys running wide open and Carson Wentz completely misses them. Yep. And he's just sitting there holding the ball.
Today? You saw that today?
Yeah. Better on one of the sacks. They showed the instant replay. Even Charles Woodson brought it up during the halftime report.
See, that was wrong. We talk about when
he
said Jalen Reagor, when they tried to say Jalen Reagor was running open.
It was a guy running across the middle of the field, wide open on one sack he took.
Ooh.
And he just completely missed him. And then and sometimes his accuracy is still not good. Like a guy be open and he'll just miss him. That's why I won't it's hard to put a lot of the blame. I'll give Doug maybe 40% as far as play calling. His goal line is horrible.
But I agree with you that I don't think that Doug's play calling was horrible today. I thought it was better than it usually is. But I don't see where all these dudes was wide open. I honestly, we don't have playmakers. That's what it comes down to me. I see these other teams, receivers go up. It'd be dudes you don't even know who their name is. They go up, make a great catch. Or matter of fact, they don't even look like great catches. That's like really, those are like basic catches now. It seems like every other receiver snatches it from a cornerback. Ours never do.
Let me ask y'all: can one play just all of a sudden start the downfall of a team?
What you mean, like a fumble when you're driving down and you should be punching it in the end zone?
Definitely. Yeah. Momentum could definitely do that. Definitely.
Yeah. I think once Miles Sanders fumbled that football, it felt like we was no more good after that. I don't know.
I don't agree with that though, because we stopped them. Then we stopped them on the 4th down. So
I think it was the pick six that kind of killed the
I agree.
I knew he was going to say that, and I do agree.
No, but I agree. How can you not? How can you not?
True. I knew he was going to say that. Shout out all y'all. Tim, give me host. Give me co-host.
Bro.
No,
you can't turn the ball over and you can't fumble in the goal.
I do agree with him.
You know what we say was worse, the fumble or the pick six?
Oh, the pick six gave you points.
The pick six is definitely worse because it put points on the board. And I think that's what kind of turned the momentum of the game, because we did goal line stop them after the fumble, which kind of put the momentum back on our shoulders.
To me, I think it was equal because the fumble took points off the board. I think he was almost a guaranteed shooing for a touchdown. But I mean, I do think the pick six hurt a lot. But I'll say this too: I don't think either one of those plays though really should have. A good team can bounce back from that. This is why I'm saying we're a bad team. Those plays happened early enough in the game where a good team could have regrouped and still bounce. I done seen that happen to Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. He throw a pick six, and then the next second half he blow the doors off the team. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen good teams, good quarterbacks rebound from stuff like that. This is why I understand what y'all saying, but this is why I'm putting the blame still on Wentz and the team in general, not just all on Wentz, but on the team in general, because we just not a good team. I have no confidence we're going to do nothing moving forward. Zero.
What do you think we're going to do moving forward?
Knowing Doug Peterson, because he's a stubborn coach and he's proven it by not even like just sitting Wentz, we just going to keep losing.
I don't know what I got to tell you after this game. I think Doug is going to sit back and reevaluate everything. You have to.
I do think that I mean to cut you off, but I do think Doug deserves another shot, even if it's with another quarterback, simply because he won a Super Bowl. Just on that alone.
I agree.
And this is exactly why we're going to be in no man's land forever, because we're going to keep talking about people deserve shots because of Super Bowls.
No, listen. Good call. I'm telling y'all, I blame Howie more than Doug, because Doug, this is what Howie gave.
But if you think if they're going to give,
this is what you got to work with. Listen, I'm not going to draft Ephraim, what's his name? I'm not going to, you like saying it.
DK Metcalf.
I'm not going to draft DK. I'm not going to draft Jefferson. I'm going to give Rieger, who we could have gotten in the second round, but
true.
I'm not going to draft Jefferson. He's killing in Minnesota. I'm not going to draft even Minnesota's running back. I wanted him a couple of years ago when he came out. The boy,
we could have had Jefferson and Rieger in the same draft if we wanted to. That's the thing that irritates me. So we could have had a lineup. We could have had a whole fresh young lineup of DK, Jefferson, and Rieger, Deshaun gone, and Fogel's on the team, Deshaun gone, and Alshon out the picture. But this is the problem. You're right. It does mainly start back to how I guess I'm looking at today's game based on the plays that could have been made, wasn't made, so forth and so on. But ultimately, it do stem out.
But that's another point with Howie though, because and this is why it goes deeper than Wentz and even Doug to a certain extent. Because look at the offensive line debacle. Look at how many wasted draft picks we had on the offensive line. We still didn't find somebody to replace Jason Peters.
There's a lot of.
We still didn't find somebody that can replace Jason
draft
Peters.
nobody to replace him.
No, they had to do Pryor and what's the other guy?
He got hurt.
And what's the other guy? Them dudes ain't get hurt. They was trash.
What about that fireman we drafted? Where he at?
That was 10 years ago. You can't bring that up.
But that's what I'm saying though.
We don't believe in linebackers. Come on, man. This is how
we don't have talent.
Here's what I will say. We kept saying that roll Wentz out the pocket. And he only does it like after the third or fourth quarter. He needs to do it at the very beginning of the game. Roll him out the cut down. If you got to cut down half the field, fine. But that's where he's most successful right now. He's not a pocket quarterback.
I agree. Look at even the touchdown. The touchdown that he threw. It was because he started to run up, and everybody had to respect him, stepped up, and he.
If y'all remember, I said this before about the way Wentz works the pocket. He don't climb the pocket. He don't climb the pocket. He always kind of, when he feels the rush coming in, he does that turnaround and he runs, try to get out.
Duck under.
Exactly. Instead of stepping up and climbing the pocket like you even seen a boy like Baker Mayfield did today, which I don't think he's that good. But he definitely climbed the pocket and worked the pocket better than I see Wentz. Wentz don't really work it. Now, today was a little different because a lot of pressure was coming right up the gut. So I'll give him a little bit of a pass today. I'm not going to be overly critical with that. But just historically through this year, he ain't been working the pocket like he's supposed to be. And so, I mean, some of that, I'm saying that got to fall on him too. But like Tim said, as a coach now, you got to see his inadequacies and you got to start doing stuff like rolling him out or put in Jalen. See what Jalen got.
I agree with
I'm thinking about Wentz. Wentz thinks he's still the 2000. What year was that? 15, 17. What year? 17. Wentz.
You mean when he had Reich as the quarterback?
No, but if you remember, Wentz escaped a lot of sacks. He ain't doing that no more. I think Wentz thinks he still can get out of trouble if need be. That's why he holds the ball so long.
No, he does get out. He does still get out of a lot of sacks. The problem is
he leads the league in sacks.
There's no way to throw it.
Out of?
He gets out of them, and then when he does, and he rolls out and he's still waiting for receivers to get open, then he gets smacked and fumbled.
Or he throw an interception.
Jalen Hurts to get out a lot of them.
Just like they caught up with the boy Lamar Jackson, they caught up with Carson Wentz, and now he's getting exposed. They know how to control him.
Hold on, did they catch up to Carson Wentz or did they catch up to Doug's play calling? That's
Carson
what I'm
Wentz.
trying to figure out.
Because Carson Wentz be calling his own plays most of the time.
But it's the same. Hold on, it's the same plays though. Forget about who's calling them.
But
Forget
that's
about
why
who's calling them. They know what they are.
But that's why
Lane Johnson. Can I just say one thing about Lane Johnson?
He stinks. Get back on the steroids, please.
He got to get some. He got to get back on the roids or something.
He do.
Some Adderall, something.
So wait a minute. Just so I can be clear. We're putting all this blame on Wentz, but you just talked about how trash Lane Johnson is.
Yes.
We talking about how Jason Peters is trash now.
Yes.
Now we saw the center went down hurt. We talking about how the receivers don't make plays, but we gonna put it all on Wentz though. We sitting there talking about how bad everything is the Browns.
To your point,
we're gonna put everything on him.
Wayne, to your point, you know all of these things. So as the quarterback, being mentally tough, you got to do other things where you know things ain't working.
Let me tell you something. I don't care if you know a Mack truck is about to hit you. I don't care if you're a smart dude. I know this coming. I'm gonna do this. You're gonna get hit. It don't matter. Sometimes it don't matter. If you see something, you cannot change that situation.
How about give the ball? How about let's do something? Let's run the ball. Let's run the ball.
And we did, and he fumbled. And my man Miles fumbled. He did run.
That was one fumble. This year.
But he fumbled.
And
then on another play, he was running and nobody hit him, and he slipped and fell. But now Miles is my guy. And listen, I already know because I'm gonna take grief for him when he do stuff like that. But that's my guy. But this is the whole point that I'm saying. The team as a team is bad. Wentz, and I'm not giving Wentz no excuse because
yes, you are.
No, I'm not because I've been calling Wentz on the carpet since the first game. And this is why in the first two games why I was so mad at Wentz, because I felt in those games were winnable. The rest of the team was playing good enough that we could have won, but he made a couple big mistakes that cost us the game.
I used to question his physical toughness, but after this year, I don't question his physical toughness. I think he's as far as physically, I think he's tough. Mentally, he's as strong as.
Bruh, if you keep trying to throw the ball, that's like playing basketball, and you keep dropping the ball off and feeding the ball, and he's shooting bricks every time. But he wide open.
Okay, explain that sack to me. Explain the sack.
Which one?
The safety.
They got in there quick.
No. Tell me who's at fault for that. Wait.
The offensive line couldn't block.
I need you to tell me who's at fault for that safety.
I just told you the offensive line couldn't block.
But then obviously you wasn't watching the same.
So what should he have done, Tim? Tell me what he should have done.
You don't wait 5-6 seconds in the end.
There wasn't no 5-6 seconds.
Ain't no 5-6 seconds.
I'm gonna do this read. Oh, you don't do that. You
what
do not do that.
Did you see on? And wait, am I tripping? Ephraim, tell me.
Maybe you can answer that question. You're in the end zone with the ball. You know you're not breaking down. What are you gonna do? How long?
See, Tim, you losing your point. You make I'm feeling you, but you exaggerate, so now you losing your point. You do about 5-6 seconds. It wasn't no 5-6 seconds.
It was like,
to your point that you said, I do agree. If you realize that you're dealing with Lane Johnson got hurt or Chelsea got hurt this game, I think Lane might have got hurt too. Peter's been in and out the lineup. The offensive line suspect. You as a quarterback do got to be like, yo, I need a hot read, and if I don't see what I want to see, this ball got to come out my hand fast. I cannot take this.
Let me ask you.
Where?
Thank you, Ethan. Where do you throw the ball in? You're in the pocket. You can't just throw it out of bounds. You can't. You still have to throw it towards somebody.
Even the announcer said these receivers ain't getting no separation.
Where do you throw the ball?
I agree. You can. I got to see the play again.
He couldn't go nowhere.
But you can throw it to somebody over their head or just over.
Or you can throw it to the Browns.
Just blindly throw the ball up to the grab.
No, I'm not saying go. I'm not saying throw to the ground. I'm just saying you as a quarterback this is the job of a quarterback. You gotta process several options in your mind when you snap back. That's going to be quick. If I don't see this is what I'm going to do. I'm a hot router dude. So it's like playing Madden, right? You back them in the goal line. You know, okay, look, this bull defense crazy. My offense suspect. I'm a hot route dude. This is my play call. I'm a hot route dude deep up the sideline. I may hot route 2. I'm gonna send my running back out in the flat. I'm gonna have somebody cross the middle. If I don't see the dude cross the middle open, the running back in the flat open, I'm gonna just go deep and throw it.
So how long is it going to take you to read all those moves? So you just going in 1 second, you're going to see.
He had more than 1 second.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of here.
Exactly. This ain't man. You can't see the whole field at one time.
No,
you can't see everybody at once.
Listen, the thing is, see, this is where I disagree about singing. It's not always about necessarily singing. It's about knowing where your dudes are supposed to be. All right.
We found out what happened when he tried that.
So do the dudes know where they're supposed to be too?
I mean,
exactly. That's my point.
Once again, I'm not blaming everything on Wentz, but I am saying that Wentz is dropping the ball in some areas. I agree with you, Wayne.
I agree that he's dropping in areas.
The point you made earlier, and it's the same point I was making of Reg. Reg on the textbook was saying, "Oh, the receivers is trash. They not this, not that."
Mention his name on here.
But then you blaming the quarterback. So at some point you do got to say, okay, if these dudes ain't that good, I can't put all the blame on the quarterback because I just legit said that the receivers is trash. So that to me that don't make sense. So I hear it's plenty of blame to go around.
What's up, Idris? What you see,
Y'all keep messing up my question about how y'all feel about Rieger. Iddy, what's your...
I want to hear it. It's like, probably played more quarterback than all of us in here.
Yo, real quick. I just got 2 points. Like Ephraim said, there's a whole lot of blame to go around.
Mm-hmm.
But on a safety, Wentz got to get rid of that ball real quick. If we on end zone, it should be Doug should be calling a quick strike or run or something like this to get him out that end zone. He can't hold that rock. That's real quick.
Where do you think he should throw the ball though?
I mean, throw it away, do something. You know what I mean? He just got to get it out quick though. It can't. It's like it got to be a boom boom like. It gotta be a boom
I
play.
agree with you, what I'm saying is where you going to throw it? Because
you can throw it low at somebody's feet coming across the middle just to get the ball to your hands. Like you can't take the sack.
Right.
That's the thing.
And then you make that throw and it gets picked. Then we talk about how you.
I said throw it low at the receiver feet. Just get out there and throw it low at his feet. If you see that somebody might come across and jump it, just throw at his feet so you don't get a intentional grounding. Get it out there.
You know, there's a running back near you blocking. You can throw it right at the running back.
Evidently, he wasn't blocking.
He still got to either call it a running play or get that ball out quick if you're doing a passing play.
I agree.
Also, real quick, I feel like they got to take shots downfield with Rieger. That's what you're drafting him for. Yep. You got to take some shots downfield. You took a shot downfield with Goddard. We got a pass interference play. If you don't get the touchdown, you can get some type of penalty downfield. We never take shots downfield. I think Doug. I really blame Doug. I know Winston's having a bad season, but I really blame Doug really for everything offensively because he don't put Winston in a position to really excel to his talents. Like we was talking, like I heard y'all talking, like he's better with Wentz rolling out, you know, because Wentz don't climb the pocket. So if you move Wentz, stuff happens because the defenders step up. You know what I mean? Like on that last touchdown, the meaningless touchdown at the end.
Pointless touchdown, yes.
Yeah, but that can happen early. But that can happen early in the game if you move Wentz, man.
I agree.
But right now, on one more thing that irks me with the Eagles is that whenever we score a touchdown, we give up points on the next possession
right away.
95%
all the
of the time.
Right away. Yes.
Like this year we have a habit of really trailing games, and then when we get back in it, we give points up the very next game. That's all
true.
I got, man.
Very true statement.
I'm just irked. I'm just irked, man. Moving on to Seattle.
would you consider Jalen Hurts into the lineup?
I would have picked Jalen Hurts in the day. Be honest with you.
I agree
just the way the game was going.
Absolutely.
I would have put it in and see if it would have just sparked something. You know what I mean? If not, we got to taste to see. All right, it ain't just Wentz. If it, you know what I mean? But
I agree.
I'll see how Seattle game's going. I mean.
Would that be? But see, now is that fair to Hurts? If you're talking about put Hurts in for a spark, so then if you give a spark, then what you want? Yank him back out and put Wentz in?
No. You know how I am.
You keep him in.
You ride
the high hand. Yeah.
So then if you put him in there and he end up faltering, then what you go back to Wentz now?
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, you would. I mean, how many games? All depends on how many games he's faltering. Like, I think that, like, if, let's say we start Jalen Hurts against Seattle, we beat Seattle. You got to ride that. You know what I mean?
What's the 5 games left right now?
No, we got 4 games against like the playoff teams right now. We got like what, 6 or 7 games left.
Yeah, I got to check the
six,
schedule.
6 games left.
Yeah.
It's our record. We 5, and we was 3-5-1 or something. So that's what 8 games. So we 9 games. So we got.
This is
8.
week 11. This is week 11 right now.
We got 6 games. We 3-6-1.
No, it's week 10 because Steelers is 10-0.
All right, so it's time to move on.
But that's it. I appreciate you fellas, man.
All right, Ed.
All right, Ed, we appreciate you.
Thanks for the call, bro.
This is my now what he said about Rieger. Y'all gotta realize the dude sticking Rieger, Denzel Ward, is lightning fast from Ohio State. He ran a 4.3 240, and Rieger only ran like a 4.47. So I don't think he was getting away. I think we overestimating this Rieger speed and Rieger ability.
Ethan, remember I said that early on. I was like, why does it seem like none of our dudes got this blazing speed? And this is the other thing. This is the other thing. We talking about testing deep. What do you usually need if you're going to test
time? I was about to say that, Wayne.
Exactly. You see one play when they bull rushed both Jason Peters and Lane Johnson to push them right back in Carson Wentz's lap. How you gonna go deep with something like that?
That's why I agree. I mean, that's why
today he said that benching Carson Wentz was sending the wrong message to his team that the season is over.
Who said that? Who said that?
Doug
And I could have swore. No, wait. Before Doug said that, I could have swore I said that like 2 weeks ago.
But you're not saying. Actually, you're really not saying the season over because, like Ephraim said, how bad can it be? Wentz average 3.
But the mindset is if Wentz supposed to be your quarterback.
Wentz has 3 wins this year.
But I'm saying if you're coming in and Wentz, I'm just telling you this is how they're viewing it as.
And he was helped one of them wins when Jalen Hurts came in the game and drove us down the field and added a spark in that. What game was that?
Jalen Hurts. We lost that game.
Jalen Hurts. No, we won that game. I think
we lost that game. That was the Ravens game. We lost that game.
No. We won that game. I remember. That was the 49ers game. That was the 49ers game.
That was the Ravens game.
That was the 49ers game. I said it. Doggone it. The 49ers game.
Because I remember when he's putting jukes on the Ravens players, I said, yeah, now you know how we feel when we play against Lamar Jackson. It was a Ravens game.
He did.
I think it was the 49ers game. But I digress. The bottom line is, like I said, Wentz has 3. We have 3 wins in the Wentz. We're 3-6-1. So to me, you're not necessarily saying the season's over. So you in a sense saying that Jalen Hurts is trash. Like, well, we just gonna throw him in there. He trash ain't go. No, how you know? Like, it's the rookie quarterback. We started Wentz as the rookie, and Wentz did very good.
I don't think that's necessarily saying that Jalen Hurts is trash, but I think that's saying in your mind the coach is telling you that Carson Wentz is the Eagles' best chance to win.
But we got.
He knows that if he benches Wentz and puts in Hurts, the rest of the team is going to feel like.
But we have 3 wins. But we got 3 wins.
And guess what? If the coach is telling you that, telling you that means whatever he's seeing in practice and that the other players are seeing in practice, do you hear a whole bunch of other players saying we need to go to Hurts? If I start hearing the other players say, yo, man, Hurts, if I start hearing this grumblings of that,
they're not going to say that.
Why not? They say that. Why not?
Alshon Jeffrey's going to start it. Alshon going to start it. He's going to start it up.
Still on the
This is what's going to happen. If Hurts comes in and balls, you'll hear the players saying, yeah, in practice, we knew he was going to be the man.
Yep.
That's all you'll
hear. Remember Ward? Ethan, remember Ward? Remember you heard about Ward? As soon as Ward got into the game and started balling, all of a sudden you heard all this talk. Man, he been doing this. He was doing this for a long time. I don't know why you ain't never hear Ward's name before that.
Well, first of all, why is Ward returning kicks? Yeah, he's a nice little third receiver, but he's too slow.
They might as well have the Bull Huntley back there. But my point is, this team.
I wish Jalen Hurts. I wish Jalen Hurts would start. I want him to start so bad.
I want
him to start so bad. So when Lane Johnson gets flat on his back, and Jason Peters over there swinging at the wind, and this bull getting smashed by 3 bulls at the same time.
Y'all know how bad this game would have really been if Baker Mayfield hit his open receivers that was there. He was throwing high and low. He was off. He's trash.
But I didn't ask how y'all feel about Jalen Rieger so far.
I like Rieger. I mean, he looked decent. He caught everything that came to him.
He's a body.
But it's to Tim's point, though. I mean, Eddie point, going deep downfield. To me, it ain't about always the bull burning past the bull he opened. Throw the ball deep. You might get the pass interference. He might catch it. Sometimes you got to. Now, y'all right about the time, and you do need time. And so I'm not necessarily saying this game with so many opportunities to go deep. I'm not saying that. But I am saying.
I don't even know who this boy is. Who is this boy? Who is he? What's his name?
Who is ST Brown for Green Bay? I see this bull stiff arming dudes jumping over dudes. I don't even know who this dude is.
No, that's what I'm saying.
This skinny bull. I don't even know who he is. Look, who do we got on our team that do that?
Nobody.
Here's what I would say. We're about to cut out, but what I do want to say is,
no, we got more. We going for another hour. I got some.
Yeah, we got more.
I was done. I don't know why we got to do it, but here.
Well, you could go ahead and leave us on.
Yeah, I got more to say. Click off.
Go away from your mic. Put a little puppet there where you at.
Yeah, we won't tell the difference. Just every once in a while, one of us will say Carson Wentz is trash.
I want to say something about the defense. I think the defense actually might not be as bad.
No, they bad.
Man, no. Can I make my point? Can I make my point?
Let me make a point.
You already made your point that you're an idiot. Just even starting to say that. But go ahead and finish making it.
The boy Josh Sweat is a baller. And he made plays. And then the boy Singletary, he was balling too all game long. And then Fletcher Cox, he got the forced fumble out there that led to the touchdown. Our defense was making plays throughout the entire.
But Tim, by your own, but Tim, before you die on his hill, by your own admittance earlier, Baker Mayfield was throwing all over the place, so it could have been worse. So you telling me in the sense that the defense was playing like trash, and we could have got blown out if the quarterback was halfway decent. So don't stand on his hill about the defense, because I do agree the defense didn't play terrible. But
I'm kind of making is I don't want to judge the defense based off of just the players, but the defensive coordinator. I think we got rid of the defensive coordinator. It goes back to Schwartz. Schwartz needs to go because we may not even be seeing the true the actual defense and how they play. You like Brett Brown,
So let me ask you this: Was Schwartz the reason why Edwards had a clear shot at tackling the bull Chubb in the backfield, and he just danced around him? And then that was Hunt, Kareem.
No, touchdown run.
Oh well, it might not even. It was just like a first down run, but it was so many cases of this where these dudes.
He bounced off. He bounced off a Hunt.
No, that was bad. But as y'all always say, is players is the opposite team. They get paid just like everybody else. They are going to make some plays. Now you're not going to shut down everybody on every possession.
Baker Mayfield missed like 4 wide open touchdowns.
We agree. He went high.
Was that scheme? Was that personnel?
I mean, matter of fact, he missed 2 on one series alone. He missed 2.
Again, was a scheme of like you said, was a scheme or was it personnel?
I think it's personnel and scheme. I don't think the Eagles.
I do agree with Tim in part with the personnel ain't always bad. I think our corners are fairly decent. Mills, I think, is doing a good job at safety. I do think the scheme can put players in better position of success. I like Sweat. I like Singleton. I like Graham. I like Fletcher. Tips, what's the bull name? Duke Riley. He's okay. I mean, Edwards, he's young. I think it's on like his second year. He got bounced on by Hunt and Cobb, but these dudes is all-star. They borderline superstar players in the NFL, so I'm not mad at that. I haven't liked Schwartz for years, so I'm more on the side of his scheme.
What playmakers do we have on either side of the ball?
We got Graham. We got Cox. We got Graham. We got Cox.
They both might make one play a game.
And we got Singleton.
And Slay.
What years these dudes got left?
Slay, okay, and guess what? And even Slay, and guess what? And I think Slay is a decent player, but that's just like on it now. It wouldn't account it.
He's playing.
Wait, now it wouldn't even account it. But didn't the ball hit him in the hands and he ain't catch it?
It was wet though. You gotta remember his brain.
How many dudes on our team? How many interceptions do we have this year? Do we have any? This is what I'm talking about. So this one I'm start talking about how
Jalen Mills got one.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying though, but. When I'm looking at it, like who get interceptions on this team, we don't got no real playmakers. I done seen these dudes on the secondary get mossed one-on-one all the time.
When Ray Rose was the head coach of the team, I brought this up before, and Emmett Thomas was our defensive coordinator, and he had that bend but don't break defense, and we always was just okay. Those same players, when Jim Johnson had them balling out. We had like one of the top 3 defenses in the league. But like,
no.
Yes, it was.
No, they changed a lot of players when Jim Johnson came in. They changed a lot of players.
Brian Dawkins was still there. Jeremiah Trotter was still there.
Brian Dawkins was a young buck. Yep, he was a young
Brian Dawkins, Jeremiah Trotter, our corners.
No, Jeremiah Trotter wasn't. No, he wasn't. Jeremiah Trotter got drafted by Ray Rose. I mean, by
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Look it up. Look it up.
I think he was.
Look it up.
I think the only boy that was still here, it was Willie Thomas that was still here from Ray Rhodes that came over. Jeremiah Trotter got drafted. Him and the bull by Barry something. It was Barry Gardner. Matter of fact, or was Jeremiah Trotter? He might, whatever it was. If Jeremiah Trotter was, he was a rookie and he wasn't getting no burn. He was a rookie getting no burn, and then I know we drafted Barry Gardner to try to take his spot.
I mean, but Wayne, I mean, you can't argue against a point that you and yourself agree with. You do agree that coaching and scheme can make a huge difference. We talked about that with the Sixers with Brett Brown. He was a trash coach. I'm not saying Schwartz is on the level of Brett Brown, but coaching and scheming can go a long way to put players in the right position to be successful. So I like a lot of the players that's on his defense. I like Slay. I like Maddox. I like Cox. I like Graham. I like Singleton. I like Sweat. It's a lot of dudes I see a lot of potential in, but they not in position a lot of times. Is it their fault or is it the way they're being coached up to move? Just like we talked about, just like we talked about even on offense. Are we seeing, is it necessarily all on the receivers? Necessarily all on Wentz? Is it Doug? Did Doug play a part with the play calling? It go both ways.
Brandon Graham is having the best year of his career so far under this coach.
He's 32 or 33.
He done had a lot of coaches though, and this is the best year of his career.
I agree. I mean, but once again, now
so maybe this system fits him. Remember when we had the boy Jason Babin
by Ray Rhodes.
Remember Jason Babin?
Don't bring up Jason Babin.
Remember Jason Babin and all them tackles. No, Tim, that's what I was trying to say. You're right. Ray Rhodes did draft him, but he wasn't getting no burn.
You're right.
Oh, matter of fact, he wasn't playing well, so then they stopped playing him. And the very
next year, he was made the starting middle line.
Right, but he wasn't at first. They drafted Barry Gardner, and then they put Trotter in there. So it wasn't like Trotter he wasn't balling in. Barry Gardner was just that trash.
No, but that's what Tim's saying. Was it the scheme that made him a better player?
No, he was a young boy. The same way with Brian Dawkins, they was young boys.
I mean, we got some young boys on this team too. But if you get a better defensive coordinator, you never know what the time.
We got rid of our young boys. We got rid of our young boys.
I mean, but think about it. I don't think none of us never campaigned for Schwartz. We never campaigned for Schwartz.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree.
I'm trying to see why we don't agree that Schwartz may be a huge problem.
What I'm saying is I don't see all these great defensive players that y'all saying, because if you're a defensive, even as a defensive player, I've seen great defensive players.
I agree with Wayne.
I've seen great defensive players on a bad team still make plays and stand out.
But you're talking about great players. The great players gonna make plays regardless. I mean, I would beg to differ that every team ain't walking around with a ton of great players. What we gotta do is take the good players that we have and put them in position to be successful.
I think Cox is great, and Brandon Graham is borderline great. You see, Cox made the fumble today, so he make plays. Cox can make plays. That's probably about it on defense.
Singleton is a star in the rise, and I have to give him pride. He all over the place, and he go in.
Maybe he could be something, but I do see him. He does get to the ball a whole lot better than.
So how do you know? How you know if you bring another defensive coordinator in that system? How you know Singleton's still gonna get the same plays?
Well, we'll never know though.
And like I said before, Doug has no control over the defense. Doug cannot fire Jim Schwartz, or he probably can't even talk to Jim Schwartz and tell him what to do because that's not his guy. He didn't hire him. Howie did.
Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers is over here lighting it up.
It all goes back to Howie.
Who picked the Colts?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
Did I pick the Colts?
Yes, you did.
I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
I did.
Before we got here.
Why'd I pick the Colts?
What you say?
Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Hey, Ethan. Ethan, what you think about Regan? You kept asking about him. Everybody else, I don't think you ever said.
Man, I don't think he's living up to. See, it's a couple things going on where it's hard to judge. I don't know if it's the quarterback, the routes they got him running, or what. But he's not living up to expectations.
Only thing I say about this when we talk about routes and running, if you have talent, and this is what I'm saying. Like even when we talk about defensive players, when you have talent. Even if the scheme ain't all that great, you still the same thing we kind of talking about with Carson Wentz. If you're this $100 million quarterback, even when all the other stuff ain't right, you still should be shining at some point. You shouldn't be trash.
And I heard he don't run good routes.
No, well, I mean, from the look of things, Rieger was getting open to me. Every time Wentz threw to him, Rieger got open. Remember the one on the sideline that he caught? The one he caught to make it 1st and goal inside the 5? He was getting open on some plays. Now,
the one he caught, it was around 3 people. He had to, Wentz had to.
When he had to put that joint in his chest.
Yeah.
I mean, but he had separation. He created the one.
No, he did not that one.
Not on that. He did.
The one I'm talking the one early in the game when you said, Ethan, I think you said Wentz looking sharp or something like that. That play, Rieger.
It was an out route. Remember on that play, you remember what Rieger did.
Hey, that's what you got to do to get. That's my point, though. You got to do to get open. That to me that says a lot about his growth process because the veterans know that. He didn't even extend. He just hit him with the forearm and got open. That's what a veteran wide receiver does. A dude who know how to create separation. That's all we asking. Create separation. So I like what I see from Rieger.
Now, my point on him is I think how we overvalue him at that position. I think he should.
With that.
I think he should have took Justin Jefferson. I think you could have even got Rieger in the 2nd round if you wanted him. I think he should have took Justin Jefferson, who was on the board, who was rated as the top receiver. On everybody's board, this dude was rated as the top receiver, except the Eagles for some odd reason.
Because the Eagles think they
in Minnesota has a video when the Eagles passed on Justin Jefferson. They was dancing and cheering.
The Eagles truly think they're smarter than everybody else, and that's why it comes.
They
back,
do.
No matter what, it comes back to Howie with everything and all his little charts and his fantasy football league that he runs.
You can't have these nerds in here making picks. He's in front of his computer and no.
Give me somebody who to do Ozzie Newsome. Give me somebody like Ozzie Newsome that played the game, that know football, and he just come in and draft defensive beast all the time for Baltimore.
I agree. But that's what I'm saying about football dudes. I don't think that's what we got, especially with Howie. It just feel like the Sixers to me. It feel like the Sixers with Brett Brown and all the dumb decisions, all the people we was putting in starting positions. We was running around with the Netos and the TJ McConnells and the Cork Bozes and all these dudes. And the whole time, if y'all remember, to go to the Sixers real quick, I was begging for Steph Curry 2 years ago when we lost the bull JJ Redick. I'm like, why are we even looking at Steph Curry? Now all of a sudden we get a coach in here. Oh yeah, let's grab Steph Curry. We get a good Daryl Morey in here to give some basketball credentials. We bringing in bulls like Danny Green and Steph. So it's like, to me, this is what the Eagles feel like to me. We grabbing a lot of dudes based off of a dude who don't know football is grabbing, and we seeing a lot of the production of that. Even making moves like. We keep going back to this with Deshaun and Alshon. Like, how long you gonna keep these dudes? Like, stop playing with me. Stop playing.
I wait. I know Tim. Tim's trying to get out of here.
Titans won in overtime. Wayne.
Did they?
I picked the Ravens. Shoot.
Yes, you did. You jinx.
I think I picked the Titans too, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. But that's the other thing. Though. My whole thing, even with like the with Alshon, like. I was irked watching them in there, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even with and I'm not calling Brandon Graham trash. My whole point I was trying to make with the whole Brandon Graham thing was we're paying this big money to Brandon Graham, to Alshon Jeffries. We giving these dudes money because we won the Super Bowl. And I agree. I think me and Ethan been kind of agreeing with this all season where it is looking more and more like that Super Bowl was the fluke type joint. Like it was just like stuff just worked your way.
Don't put that out in the atmosphere. Don't put that out in the atmosphere.
I'm telling you. I've been feeling this for the last couple of years.
Listen, don't put that out in the atmosphere. We won that Super Bowl fair and square. Don't get these Dallas fans.
Do you want to win the Super Bowl? Do you want to win the Super Bowl? Would you be willing to win a Super Bowl and be mediocre for 10 years? Yeah, we want to win the Super Bowl at all costs. I'd take the Super Bowl. Well, now we got it. So stop, girl.
And you know what? You know how they keep. You know how. Emo was on here saying he think Doug deserves another shot because he won the Super Bowl. That's the same way Jeff Lurie feels about Howie, and Howie don't deserve another shot because he won the Super Bowl.
But remember, Howie was the genius that brought in the everybody talking about these free agents that he bring in, this, that, and the other. He had that one good year because he brought in Golden Tate. That didn't work out for us. You know,
actually,
Golden
Tate,
he had one good year. You're right.
Golden Tate actually was looking pretty good with us. I still don't know why we gave up on Golden Tate. That's another thing.
No,
why we keep Alshon and remove Golden Tate? Like, I don't see. This is the stuff I'm saying. Dudes make it's like Brett Brown we having Trey Burke in the lineup and you're not playing him, and then we let him go to Dallas and he ball out. I saw potential in Golden Tate when he came here. I was irritated when we let him go, but we did it. This is what I'm talking about. This is the exact stuff I'm talking about.
He go make plays though. Go Tate make plays.
Right,
He do. He make a plays for us.
We have no playmakers.
We're gonna catch y'all Thursday night. We're gonna talk a little bit more NBA. A lot of signing this afternoon. Go to Tatum.
We should have some good free agent pickups by then.
Tatum signed a $198 million deal to stay with.
Who did?
Jason Tatum.
So did the boy from Utah.
And we got rid of Zaire Smith, but she couldn't shoot anyway. So
that was a dumb pick. You remember we got rid of Zion Smith when we traded the bull of Mikal Bridges too. We picked up Zion Smith because
Zaire. Don't call him Zion.
Zaire. I can't disrespect him. But Zaire Smith, that took, you know what? I'm not even going down this rabbit hole again. That was the end of the process to me when we made that move and got rid of Mikal Bridges. But that's neither here nor there. We got Doug in the lineup, so I'm feeling good.
I never liked Brett Brown.
Doc Rivers.
We're gonna talk a lot of basketball Thursday, bro.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot. Catch us on there. Well, we'd like to hear from y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We be having these views, but this don't match in the likes, so make sure y'all like this.
Are we going on early Thursday? I know ain't nobody in here got work.
Oh yeah, Thursday. I forgot. Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, Thursday. Let me know when y'all ready to go on.
Matter of fact, we should go on early and go live.
Go in the morning?
I ain't say the morning.
It's a game. What time the first game come on?
Like 12:30.
We'll discuss that. We'll let y'all know.
Yeah, we'll discuss that offline.
All right, we'll talk to y'all. Don't forget, have a good
Hit me on my pager.
Tell us what y'all think.
Eagles. All right.
Deuces.